Now, just a quick word about my work and my journey to where I am now. I grew up very close to here in the DC suburbs. I went to college at the University of Michigan, and a big sports school, though I didn't play sports. And I went to Northwestern University School of Law in Chicago. And I worked for many years as a lawyer in a number of different places before I got to what I most enjoy and care about, which is civil rights work. And that's what I do now. I am part of the Education and Employment Group at the National Women's Law Center, and what that means is that I focus on ensuring equality and improving opportunities for women and girls at school and in the workplace. I want to share with you really briefly a story of Coach Roderick Jackson, which is just one notable example of some of the cases the center has worked on to ensure that schools comply with Title IX's mandate to treat girls and boys equally. Coach Jackson was the coach of a girls' high school basketball team in Birmingham, Alabama. The school had two gyms, an old gym and a new gym. Both the boys' team and the girls' team played games in the new gym. That's the good news. But the boys' team practiced in the new gym, while the girls' team practiced in the old gym. The old gym was smaller, did not have regulation-sized backboards, and did not always have working heat, among other problems. So the girls did not have access to equal access to good playing practice facilities, but also the boys got to practice in the gym where they played games. The girls did not, which made it harder for them to compete in that gym at their games. Coach Jackson knew this was not right, and he decided to stand up for his team. But when he complained of unequal treatment in violation of Title IX, the school kicked him out of his position as coach. He sued the school for retaliation, and the case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. It was a groundbreaking case because it was the first time that the U.S. Supreme Court made it crystal clear that coaches and others who complain about inequality are protected from retaliation under Title IX. And as the court recognized, rightly so, coming forward with a possible Title IX violation has to be protected activity. You have to be protected from retaliation for coming forward with a possible violation, because if not, even more Title IX violations would go unaddressed. People would be afraid to speak up for fear of losing their jobs or for suffering other consequences. So it's a critical component of Title IX. Now getting back to the present, this has been such a great few months for women's and girls' sports. Back in November, the center launched a new campaign called Rally for Girls Sports. She'll win more than a game. The goal of the campaign is to educate schools, the public, and especially parents about the widespread inequality that their daughters face in school sports programs and to mobilize parents to press for change. The campaign features advocacy and outreach to parents and other adults, a Facebook and Twitter campaign, a national hotline that concerned individuals can call to report any inequities. That's 1-855-HER-GAME if you're interested or you're concerned about something. And public education efforts, including a webinar that will help school officials and parents and advocates learn about the requirements of Title IX. As part of that campaign, we also filed administrative complaints with the Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights against 12 school districts in different regions of the country for failing to provide girls with equal opportunities to play sports. Here in Washington, D.C., the same day we launched that campaign, there was an important city council hearing on a bill called the Title IX Athletic Compliance Act of 2009. That bill would advance gender equity in school sports programs by requiring schools to disclose basic data on the numbers of girls and boys in their schools playing sports and the amount of money that schools spend on girls and boys sports teams. By shining a spotlight on the athletic opportunities and the different resources that schools provide, the bill would go a long way toward ensuring that women in D.C. get equal access to very valuable benefits that flow from participating in sports. So I hope you'll join me in thanking the Sankofa Project for the role that it has played, which has really been instrumental in introducing that bill and in its efforts to get it passed. The National Women's Law Center has been advocating for a similar bill at the federal level, and we are so thrilled that the Sankofa Project is helping Washington, D.C. to lead by example. And at the City Council hearing in November, both the Sankofa Project and the National Women's Law Center testified in support of that bill. And the City Council has since said that it plans to hold discussions and possibly make adjustments to the bill before it's brought to the floor for a vote. So we hope it is going to move promptly, and stay tuned on that one. I'm sure that we'll be in touch with more information as things progress. Most recently in the news, we saw the amazing new record of consecutive wins set by the Yukon Huskies. Such a strong team of women is something that everyone in our country should rally behind. Even President Obama took the time to congratulate the team and its coach and said it's a great thing for sports, it's an accomplishment to be celebrated. Well, we agree, and we hope that the Huskies' success will inspire the next generation of basketball players, both girls and boys, to strive for their dreams.